Hey, how are you guys, and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be going over a brand new mod that's just been released from Phantom. Phantom's done a few Aussie style cars through here in SnowRunner. The cars are absolutely awesome. He's done a great job and spent a lot of time on these. Today we're going to be focusing on the brand new release, which is the dual cab 79B series. You can see it just here in the garage. He has already got the single cab out as well. The other ones he's got in his list are the 80 Beast, the GQ Beast, and the dual cab GQ Beast. So today, like I said, we're going to be going over this brand new release. It's going to be released tonight, which is absolutely awesome. We've been waiting for this. I've had the pleasure of taking it for a little drive previously on stream. We stream daily on TikTok. We do also upload all of our TikTok streams onto YouTube for you to have a look at as well. Alright, let's get stuck into seeing what this thing has to offer. I know that there is a ton of really cool detailed add-ons that we can do for this car. Let's start off with the motor, obviously. We've got our 4.5 litre diesel turbo engine, which looks like a B power to weight ratio. We'll scroll through some of these other options as well. So we've got a C plus for the turbo diesel V8. Another turbo diesel V8, which is a B minus. We've got a B level 4.5 litre turbo diesel V8 for 400. 670 horsepower, fun with the boys. We've got a B motor, and then we've got the big one, which is the 820 horsepower 4.5 litre diesel V8. I would love to see that in real life. I know these motors struggle at the best of times, but I think for 820 horsepower is going to be absolutely crazy. Fuel consumption is terrible, as you would expect. There should be some stuff we can do with that though, but we've got a B plus power to weight ratio, so we're going to go ahead and engage that. Next up, we've got our gearboxes. So we've got our tuned 6-speed gearbox, perfect balance transmission for the big power. That's going to be good. It does lift our fuel consumption up a little bit as well, which is good. Our next option is our crawler gearbox. So that's going to be our slow rock crawling gearbox, which this car, you'll see later as we go out into the map, it's going to be awesome for that sort of thing as well. We've got the default gearbox, a fast gearbox. We'll have to test that out later. We've got a highway gearbox, our off-road gearbox, and our towing gearbox. 10-speed transmission for towing heavy loads. So that should be good. What we'll do is we're probably going to chuck the tuned 6-speed on there. Close that up. Next, we've got our suspension. So we've got a ton of different options in here. Look at all these options he's given us. We've got our 3-inch, our 5-inch, our 5-inch toe, so that's going to be a little bit stiffer. Come on, go bigger. Our 6-inch lift, it's alright, you're just starting to get used to it all. 6-inch toe, so that's nice and stiff again. 7-inch, perfect height. 7-inch toe, I'm getting a bit high, but I'm sure you'll do great. We've got our 8-inch, be careful, you will roll a lot with this. 8-inch stiff, just for fun, good launch. Got our 9-inch lift and our standard lift. Look at the difference between the two. That's huge. So he's telling us that the 7-inch lift is our perfect height, so we're going to go with a 7-inch lift today, I reckon. Tires. Look at all the options we've got with tires. So we're going all the way up to a 56-inch sand tire, which is absolutely ridiculous, but isn't it great that he gives us the option for this as well? So we're going to start with like a 40-inch. I reckon is going to be pretty extreme. So we've got some real proper mud tires here as well. Ultimate weapon against the deepest. Yep, so that's going to be good for mud. KO2s. KM2s. We're probably going to go the KM2s, I reckon. In a 41. Let's see how that looks once we get back into... So it's going to be huge. It's going to be big, that's for sure. Winches, we've got one winch option with that. Diff lock is engageable. We've got snorkel options as well. Isn't this cool? So we've got the dual snorkels. Dual snorkels in like a, it looks like a matte black, which looks very, very good. We've got our chrome snorkels. Dual chrome snorkels, and then a chrome single snorkel. on the right side as well. Nice and chunky, big and fat. Does look really, really cool. We've got the stock snorkel, which is always a good option for those of you that want to run a more realistic build, which we will build a little bit later. Black single, huge big snorkel there for the black one. Got the chrome. So obviously we've got a couple of different options. We've got the stock one, we've got a normal size one, and then we've got the big thick snorkels, and then we've got the double snorkels. So double chrome, double black, chrome single, black single. I reckon we're going to go the black single this time. That's everything on that first page. This is where it starts getting fun. So tray options. Look how bloody good that looks. That's so cool. We've got so many different options. So we've got a tray with a box. We've got a tray with a full box. Isn't that cool? And we've got a flat tray with the toolboxes on the bottom. So you can see the toolboxes on the bottom are all color coded to the car as well. We'll get more into that shortly, but we're going to go this flat tray because I know there are options further down for tray add-ons that we'll get into, and that's where this thing really separates itself from some of the other mods in the game. So far looking really, really good. We'll go down to tray add-ons. Look at all these options we've got. So we've got full sides, all color coded, which just quietly looks bloody good. We've got spare tires. We'll jump down to the dog box. This is so damn good. This is so cool. This is going to be hugely popular with all of the Aussie modding community, I think, in SnowRunner. Being able to have that farm truck style workhorse 79 series with the dog box on the back. We've got a long canopy, color-coded doors and all. So how good does that look with the doors and with the bottom toolbox add-ons as well? Got short canopy add-ons, so we've got a shorter option there as well. Under tray spare we've already got enabled. I think you can see that under the bottom there. And then we've got different options for once you've got those toolboxes on the actual car there. We've got sides as well, so you can finish off the back of the canopy. What we'll do is we're going to chuck the dog box on. I think it would be silly not to, and then we'll go short sides. So no, it would be the long sides, dog box sides. Ooh, what do we do here? Might chuck this one on, I reckon. Take that off, and then the shorts canopy add-on. Oh no, short sides add-on. There we go. So we've got the back of the sides there, all matched up to the canopy, which, man, that looks so so good. That looks so good. All right, now what we'll do is we've got options opened up for spare tires. Chuck the spare tires on the back. So obviously there's different spare tires for depending on which canopy you're using as well. Big chunky spare tires on the back, and they're well sized to suit the tires that you're running as well, which is really good. Sometimes the spares look a little bit small compared to the actual tires you're running. Alright, so front bull bar add-ons. We're going to have to go through them in a sec. We'll go front bumper. We've got a couple of different bumpers. So you've got your slick looking comp style front bumper, which just quietly looks really, really good. You might recognize that from some of the popular 79s that are done up around the place. We've got the ARB style front bull bar, which is probably my favorite, I reckon. Probably my favorite bar. Bar 2, got another ARB style bar. Got a small, clean looking bar for the front there as well. Nice, so it's not poking out at all from the front of the car. Got a big bull bar. We've got the big chunky one. That's what's going to be popular as well, I think. How good's that? The boys are going to love that out there, I reckon. And then we've got the normal ARB bar, which I think this, yeah, that's probably close to my favorite as well. And then we've got a stock bull bar as well. So I'm going to chuck the ARB bar on there. Then we're going to go back up to bull bar add-ons. We've got antennas. Can never have enough antennas. Rock sliders attached onto that bar as well. So we'll run the rock sliders. Got steps. We don't need the steps though. Alright, roof rack stuff. Pop-up tent. So we've got a pop-up tent here. Obviously we need to chuck the roof rack on first, which is here. Got our roof rack. I actually really like this roof rack too, because this is a little bit different compared to normal. A bit more of a stylish option. And then there's another roof rack as well, which goes with the different canopies. But we'll go this roof rack. And we've got a awning to chuck on the side there as well, which looks bloody cool. How good does that look? Chuck that on. Recovery boards as well. Up the top, you can see them just sitting at the back of the roof rack just there. This thing's starting to come along pretty bloody nicely. Then we'll close that up. We've got front bumper add-ons all done. What's next on the list? We've got mirrors. So we've got two different types of mirrors. We've obviously got these standard style mirrors for the 79. Pretty basic looking mirrors, but that's what the 79 comes with from factory. And then our other one is the towing mirrors. We'll chuck the towing mirrors on for this one, I reckon. Close that up. Engine, obviously that's comes with the car already. All the tray add-ons, we've got a couple of extra add-ons. So what I'll do in a minute is I'll do up another car and I'll show you some of the other options we've got for the dog box. But we've actually got a let me chuck this on. Oops. Chuck this on and then we can swing around and I can actually show you when we take this dog box off. We've got an actual option for a dog. How good is this for attention to detail? So we've got a dog there that sits in the back. And then when we chuck the dog box on, we'll get rid of the spare tires. And then the dog is actually sitting in the dog box for you in game. And that he rides along with you in the car in the game. That's really, really good. The other option we can do is we can get rid of the dog box and then we can go full sides. He can ride in the back with us. You can mess around with how that dog sits in there, which is really cool. Really, really cool detail again. I'm really happy with how much effort he's put into this. There is going to be a release tonight after our live stream on TikTok, and there will be it's going to be released straight away, and then there's going to be an update maybe a month or two down the track just to touch up a few little bits and pieces. But he was pretty keen to get this out so everybody can enjoy it. Alright, headlights. We've got a ton of different options for the headlights. All different colours. Custom blue, LEDs, angries, everything. Let's try and get a better angle of that so you can see. We're going to go, we'll probably go the angry reds, I reckon. Just for something a little bit different. Front grille, huge amount of front grills there. We've got Ezron, who's another TikTok streamer for this game as well. We're actually doing a stream together tonight. 48 on gate. All different types of really, really cool grills. You can even see my own grill on this one as well. You can see Yeet Burger. How cool is that? We're going to have to go with that. We've got a honey light up grill for Phantom as well. This thing is insane, like a metallic red. See if the camera can catch that. That's so cool. We're going to go the Yeet Burger one just because that's our personal grill. Miscellaneous add-ons, we've done all of those now. We've got spotlight options. How cool is this? Are you ready for this? Spotlight options on the front. Those spotlights look so bloody good. It's going to look a lot better when we get this out into the map and I can show you exactly what it looks like. For now, we'll jump onto the rims. Tons of different options for the wheels here. So your normal regular chromies, and you got your alloy wheels, beautiful beadlock alloy wheels. You got your normal Sunrayzers, your beadlocks, your white ones, and then you've got some classic alloys as well, which is really, really good. I think we'll go the beadlocks today. And we've got our paint options as well. So this thing is looking absolutely tough at the moment. Got white, wine red, which I think is probably one of my favorites. If I was to own a 79, it'd be that deep, deep wine red. We've got a blue, green, sandy taupe, which is probably the most popular color ever on on a 79 series. We've got a black. That thing looks mean. We've got the army grey, fluoro green if you want to stand out from everybody, orange, blue, purple, darker blue, deeper orange, which actually looks really, really good. Got a bright red as well. Got the deep, deep dark green. How good's that? This looks real, real good. We're going to go, well, what do we do? This deep red or the strong red? We're going to go, or do we go? We'll go the sandy taupe, I think. How can we not? Alright, that is that. Almost done up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly chuck a different tray just on the back for our first drive. We're going to go the full size canopy and the long size add-ons, and we're going to go the spare tires that suit that on the back, because that looks chunky and ready for business if you ask me. That looks so damn good. Alright, let's jump out. Alright, we're here on the flex ramp. We're here for a flex test. I have a feeling this thing is going to pass with flying colours. Let's put her up on the flex ramp and see how it goes. We're in reverse. We'll gently walk it up the back here. Get nice and close so we can see some detail as well. Got to keep that back wheel nice and neatly. Oh, we've got a little bit of wheel spin. There's that wheel there. We're just on the ground. Look at that axle drop. Look at the detail on that flex. That suspension is definitely working absolutely overtime. Lifting that back wheel right up. Front wheel is drooped all the way out. Got the back side all the way drooped out. Look at that. That looks absolutely awesome under there, all flexed out. This thing's got a huge amount of flex. That tyre is just touching the ground. Almost nothing is clipping there. That is done so well. Big, 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 big flex. Alright, let's spin her around and see what she does. Alright, we've got the car spun around, ready for a forwards flex test. So we're going to drive the front wheel all the way up the ramp and see how far we can get, keeping the wheels on the ground. We're obviously going to be on diff lock as well. Nice and slow and controlled. Watch that suspension work. That body flex and twist. Keep that front wheel on the ground. Just on the ground. There we go. Almost. There we go. Oh, the back wheel has just come off the ground. Can we idle backwards into neutral? And maybe a little bit of reverse. There we go. All the wheels are on the ground there. You can see the fronts and the backs are on the ground. How tough does that thing look though? Flexed out like that. That is almost half a head height. I reckon my head would reach the top of the front wheel. It's that far off the ground. Back suspension all flexed out. Car looks unreal. No clipping or anything. No wheels pushing through anything. Everything is working really, really well. All round, that is so good to see. Excellent. Alright, let's do one quick test on a nice tough track around the back of this map now. Alright, we are all set for our next one. Don't mind that stick on the side there. I'm not sure how that got there. There is a very, very handy repair and fuel zone here on the map, if you can see where I am. So I'm just down on the side here. We're going to do a brilliant test for this car. So we've got a nice little track around here, an off-road testing track that I think is going to do a really good job for putting this car through its paces and really getting it flexed up and pushed to the limits. So we're going to chuck the diff lock on. We'll speed up just so we can get into the track. Alright, so this one is called the off-road test track. It's going to be really tough. I think the car's going to do really well through here. We're going to chuck it into low minus. We're going to let it walk all the way through these big bumps. I think it's going to be real. There's a giant rock there. I didn't even see that. Poor car. Just smashed the diffs into the rocks. Luckily this car has amazing clearance through the middle. You can see how much room there is for going over obstacles and not getting hooked up, you know, as much as possible. Obviously the more you learn about the car, the more you use the car, the more you learn its limits, which is definitely ideal. And it's like that with every car. Every car's got its own personality and its own way of doing things. Oh, big flex. There we go. Big lift on the side. Oh, we've laid it on its side. Can we walk out of it? Bit of a winch up back up into its wheels. Got a stick jammed up in the front there. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I sent it to this spot from the garage a little too hard. It is what it is though. So we've got to be nice and thoughtful with the angles we're putting this car on. Are we in diff lock? There we go. Walk it up those hills there. Drop the axles out. That looks so good when you drop the axle right out. I think that front stick's bugging out the front wheel a little bit. Oh, big angle. This car just looks so good walking over bumps and walking over holes in the road. The way that the axles move around, I think he's got a really good balance for the suspension, a really good amount of grip as well. You don't want it too overpowered. You don't want to be just walking over things without even thinking about it, because it's not realistic. Or as we smash the... Oh no, put it on its side. I reckon we can winch that back end back down. Might just need to pull ourselves out of that divot there. There we go. That's me. That's an operator error. 100% not paying any attention to where I'm driving and walking this car over. There we go. Get nice and close to the back. Let's get a nice view from the front. See if we can not wedge it in this hill. Oh, this car's going to hate me soon. Ooh, it's hooked up on that bump. Still managed to not tip it up. Very, very realistic feel to the car as well. Let's find our nice spots. We've got some mud coming up too. Awesome. Really, really keen to put this thing through some mud as well and see what the traction's like through this type of thing. So we might bump it up into low, as long as we carefully get on. Walking through that mud nicely. Still droops and flexes through there. It's a bit steep on this side, so we'll dip over there. Big wheel lift on the front left. Drop it over this little bump here as well. Ooh, nose it up into that mud. Just not tip the car up. And again, big steep bit over here, so we can drag the nose up there, pick up all that mud and stick. Easy. The thing is just walking through it. That's really, really cool. You know, some cars you use that just really have no traction whatsoever in mud, and it's almost less than what you would have in a real car. Obviously there's a fine line between being a bit overpowered and then not having anything at all, but I think this is a really good mix right in between both. Look at those angles that the car's on. Look at that diesel smoke out the back. Love that look. I think guys are going to love that. Alright, we're cruising up. We're done with the mud. We're going to be cruising up these little hill climbs here now. Undulating hill climbs. Get rid of those sticks. They do not want to fall off the car, unfortunately. Taking them for a ride with us. Let's make sure we pick our lines. We're going to go back into low plus. Definitely got diff lock on, yep. Get this car flexing out really, really nicely. Walking through, look at that front axle move. Ooh, try not to roll it again. Big wheel lift from that front right. Huge wheel lift, that was sick. Working out really well so far. I think it seems to be handling everything really, really well. So tyre size and combination, and with the suspension lift that I've got at the moment, I think Phantom was right on with the suspension height. I don't think you would want to go much higher than this, but obviously you can go full send if you really wanted to, and you've got the huge tyres. Oh no, we've got tipped it over. There we go. Bring it back on the wheels. Let's got a nice winch point there. keep that. Alright, we are set. Leave that winch on for a bit of a safety net. There we go. Oh my god, that was not ideal. Operator error 100%. I'm sure that 99% of you could drive this car way better than me. I definitely don't claim to be the best driver out there, that's for sure. Those of you that watch our live streams will know that. 100%. Alright, continuing to walk this thing down this tricky little track, which is actually set out really well. He's done such a cool little job of this. We might even bump it up into normal low without going too fast. We're moving all those boulders around, making our way down. So the next section that we're coming up to now is going to be a very rocky sort of step up hill climb style track. Big divot here that we're going to have to be very careful. We're going to go low plus, and I'm actually going to use the winch as a bit of a safety net, because this is, it doesn't look like it, but that's actually a pretty big lean there. So I'm going to set that winch up just over there so we don't lean over too much. That winch is helping us just walk up that hill. I think now that we're up there we should be alright. See if we can make it up over here, over this little rock. Perfect. Alright, now our job now, so you can see this big rocky step track just here. I think the car is going to do good. We are going to have to pick our line though. Going low, add a little bit more tyre speed there. The tyre speed tends to make a good difference when you're stuck on a ledge, from what I've experienced. Big wheel lift, maneuvering that car around nicely. Doing such a good job. Haven't actually done this track at all with any other cars at the moment, so really keen to see the different things that this track has to offer. This track is awesome. If you've been on our TikTok, you'll see that I've made a fair few TikToks. Alright, this is getting pretty hardcore with the crazy rock sticking out here. Oh no, there she goes. That is a disaster. Alright, we're going to put her on her side there. You've got to be careful on those rock calls. That goes with anything though. We'll go winch onto something here. Easily put back on its wheels. Get that motor started. We're going to use that as a bit of a safety line as well, like I like to do. Chuck those spotlights on. Look at those red lights too. Winch ourselves up. There we go. Alright, back into low. Careful with the angles on the side of that cliff there as well. Back down the rock garden. Wow, this rock garden is huge. Got to keep an eye on those big step ups. Getting dark there. Beautiful sunset in the background as well. I think overall this car definitely is an awesome car to drive. And I think I've repeated myself about 100 times, but I believe this is going to be a very popular car. I think everyone's going to love the well-roundedness, the grip, the flex, the element of realism in the mod as well. With the kind of people that would enjoy playing this game, I think is going to be really popular. See if we can get up this big step up as well. Whoa. There you go, bit of a run up, bounce it up there, snap some axles, do all sorts of damage to your car in real life. I think probably do not want to treat your house deposit. Bit of a running joke with this car. These things are worth so much these days that they're almost a house deposit. Back onto that. So we've done that rock. It did struggle a little bit, but I'd be worried if it didn't struggle through that rock garden. Undulating hills on the way down as well now. Small little touches with the dog tray in the back as well, I think. Ooh, bit of a wheel lift. Dog tray in the back and the actual dog, I think it's really well done. I will put a link below, guys, to mod.io, which is where all the mods are listed for SnowRunner. And I'll put a link to all the Phantom's mods, so you can click on there and have a look around. This mod is going to be released tonight though, which is Friday the 8th of September. So jump on there and check out Phantom's mods. It's got the GQ Beast, the GQ Ute Chop. He's got the 80 Beast, which is the Toyota 80 series. We've got the 79 single cab, and now we've got the dual cab as well. Single cab was actually a really popular mod of his, and I think that this dual cab's going to very quickly even overtake that popularity, which is going to be really cool to see. So make sure you jump in there, check out all of his mods on mod.io. Oh, we've put it onto its side there. Again, me talking away and not paying any attention. Chuck it back up. On there. Nice stiff one. Every time I go to a winch, I don't know about you guys, but I always grab the smallest bush that I can find without even trying, no matter what I do. The other thing I'll suggest, guys, is check out the links below. We've got our Discord with over 800 people in our Discord now. You guys are more than welcome to join in. discord.gg/yearcrew. Jump in there, get involved. We've got a huge group of people that all love playing this game, all with Aussie mods. They're all online. We've got a ton of people online all at once. So yeah, jump in Discord, guys. Don't be shy. Get involved. Say hi. Let us know that you joined via this video as well. That's it. Those spotlights beaming on the front. That is Ramoa's Tough Truck map done and dusted for this 79 series. This thing looks absolutely awesome. I think you guys are really going to enjoy all the different options this car has. I think you'll be very happy with it as a choice of car in SnowRunner. Guys, that's going to be all for the video today. I appreciate you guys coming to watch and sticking around to the end. Comment below, let me know what you think of this mod. If you've used it, let me know what you think could be better about the mod or what could be added in a future update. Phantom is always keen to take options and ideas on board. So jump in there, yeah, let us know in the comments below, guys. Join Discord. Other than that, have a really good night, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.